Senior reporter Eileen Buckley joining me now live. And Eileen, the president's thoughts today, his comments really striking a chord, handing some comfort to many of the families and the people here today.
Jeff, I really think that it did. I talked to some of the family members and they told me just that they were glad that the president was here. Of course, it doesn't help not having their loved ones, but they felt that some comfort was there. He met, of course, with the families of all 10 of those victims at the Delavan Griner Center. As we heard, he came to stand with our community and to grieve as one with the families.
As you remember her, it's going to bring a smile to your lip before it brings a tear to your eye.
President Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden offering words of comfort to the families of the 10 men and women murdered at the Tops Market on Jefferson Avenue.
Leandra McNeil.
Biden naming each shooting victim, saying he understands from his own experiences the profound loss they're feeling, adding that in time he hopes the pain will fade with happy memories remaining.
Evil will not win, I promise you. Hate will not prevail, and white supremacy will not have the last word.
But Biden calling the murders in Buffalo racist and an act of terrorism.
White supremacy is a poison. It's a poison running through it really is. We need to say as clearly and forcefully as we can that the ideology of white supremacy has no place in America. None.
Family members like Wayne Jones, who lost his mother, Chelsteen Chaney, says everyone has to stop white supremacy.
He can't do nothing without us. It's the people. We as people has to change. You know, we have to not read what you see on the internet and think what you see on the internet is true.
Chaney's two granddaughters say they were extremely happy the president came to Buffalo.
Just the encounter that we did have, it was just really like he knew us or something. He was just kind, he was compassionate, and he talked to us.
Dee Davis, Chaney's sister-in-law, says meeting with the president and First Lady was very touching.
He made us feel like family. He didn't act like, don't touch me. He was presentable. He came in, and I really felt it. I really felt his sincerity that something's going to be done.
The president says assault weapons like the one used to kill the 10 Buffalo residents must be taken off the streets. Governor Kathy Hochul says that must be a nationwide priority.
We need to go back to that place. We need to say they cannot exist. I can have the toughest laws in America, in the state of New York. You ride a bicycle over to Pennsylvania, it's so close. And that's where you can mass these weapons, and that's what was used here.
Now, the families that I spoke with are begging for gun control, better gun control, and also a ban on assault rifles. Those two young women that I spoke with said, sadly, their grandmother went here to this Tops store just to buy some strawberries, and she lost her life, Jeff.
Important conversations to come in the coming days and weeks, Eileen.